Okay, I'm live on my YouTube now. Y'all, I didn't even do my countdown. Hold on, I gotta do my countdown, y'all. Hey, y'all. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Welcome to the show. Let me pull up my comments here. Black Man Unfiltered says, here showing my support to this great platform. Thank you so much, Black Man Unfiltered Network. Thank you. Lady Navoa, hey girl, hey. Oh, Miss Ty's in the building. Hey girl.
Hey.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm ready for this wonderful discussion.
Hold on, y'all. My flowers ain't in my background. Did I show?
Please turn your background.
There we go. My beautiful sunflowers.
You're so crazy.
So, okay, let me go back here. Okay, y'all are starting to come on now. Hey, Bridget Reynolds. She says, good evening, beautiful. Altavi's Armor says, good evening, Ashley. Flawed Tea and Talk. Hey, girl. Good to see you. Delphine Worthy. Angel Diamond Destiny says, hey, good evening. I'm a first timer on your live. Welcome, Angel. Thank you so much for joining. Audrey says, hello, Pam Alford. You gotta forgive me. Nikia, I'm sorry, McFarland, please forgive me. Hey, girl. Andrea Jones, hey, Andrea, thank you for coming over. Mr. Maintenance, hey, he said we made it over here. Thank you for coming over. Thank you so much, guys. Katie Bless, D. Mason, LaShonda Aubrey. Thank y'all all so much for coming over. Y'all. Miss Ty, girl, as my friend Miss Ty would say, I seen something, okay?
You saw something, sis.
I had to get my wine.
Uh-oh. I'm ready.
Hey, everyone that's just coming in. So y'all, we're about to get into this video. Okay. Like I said, I seen something. And so, but as you can see, the topic for tonight is how to get your husband to leave you. Meaning, there are things that we can do, ladies, to motivate our husbands to either cheat or outright just leave us. Sometimes they don't cheat. Sometimes they just say, you know what? I think we'd be better off just separate. Because men are starting to realize that they don't have to deal with bull crap. Men are starting to wake up. Okay. They're starting to join the red pill movement, the manosphere. And they're starting to realize that just like women have had all these high standards and they talking about, I can do bad all by myself. You know, I don't need no man. I don't have to put up with nonsense. Now men are starting to realize I don't have to put up with nonsense either. I don't have to. So I want to get into this video, guys. Thank you, all of you who are coming in. Thank you, all 64 of you. Cynthia Croker, Gamer Boy, Ruthie Taylor, Miss Jenny R. Jones. Hey, girl. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I need to write you back too, because I actually forgot. Forgive me, but it's good to see you, Miss Jenny R. Jones. Hope you're well. Eunice Barney, Gloria Wilson, Crystal Dorbin. Thank you guys. And yes, please, y'all hit the like button. Leave a comment after the video's over. It really helps me to get in the algorithm, and that's what we want. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play the video. Hold on. Screen was dark. Okay. I'm going to play the video now.
My husband, my father-in-law. I get this. Mind you, I did not build this house.
Hold on, y'all. Let me read this for y'all because it went a little fast. It says, so she said she got this from her father-in-law. When you get home tonight, I need for you to clean off all of the kitchen counters, put the tools in the utility room, put the trash on the front porch, and sweep and vacuum all of the hard surface floors. That would help Jake and I for tomorrow. Thank you very much in advance. You're the best. Okay, so this is from her father-in-law, y'all. Basically, long story short, her husband and her husband's dad, which is her father-in-law, they just got done like building the house that she's currently living in. And so he's just asking her, hey, like we left some stuff out. Do you mind like putting it up? So that's the message he sent. Now let's continue.
Mind you, I did not build this house. My husband and my father-in-law built it, mainly my husband. I am very grateful for that. But this is what I come home to after working an entire shift on my feet all day that I now have to clean, even though I did not make this mess. Look at it. I now have to pick up everything off the floor, all of it. I have to clean this entire island, put all of their tools away, clean the entire, all this, everything off the floor. I have to get all of this. This is sawdust because they decided to cut things inside my house. And I have to get this all done tonight before my husband gets home so I can spend time with him. So last night
Okay, so I just want to stop it there. Miss Ty, what do you think so far?
What's she complaining about? They building a whole house for you, woman. What are you complaining about? I mean, I don't see what the issue is. I don't see what the issue is. Like, what are you complaining about? Like, just yeah. I find it like, nowadays, the ladies are like, if I work a job and I come home, I shouldn't have to do anything once I get home. And that's kind of weird to me because, and then, when you're talking to them, they'll say, well, the women back then didn't have to do it. But no, I recall my grandmother working at the schoolhouse and she still kept her home.
Yes.
That was my grandmother. So, and, she would go to work at 4:30 in the morning and come home at 5 and still have dinner.
4:30?
4:30, yeah, because they have to, in the South, you actually cooked the kids' meals. It was no instant stuff at all. So they made the breads by scratch and everything. So 4:30 in the morning. But she still maintained the household as well. So I don't see what the problem is. I do it myself. I come home or whatever, and I still have to clean and cook and make sure, my family is okay. I don't see what the issue is. But they're literally building you a house from the ground up, and you're complaining about moving some things off the floor and cleaning off the countertops. Child, okay. Exactly. Thank you. That came to my mind too. Call your girlfriend.
Call my friend. Clean up party. Look, y'all, and guess what I got? Ladies, exactly. I have wine. Let's just drink and just clean up. But even if your friends aren't available.
Exactly.
You pop open a bottle of wine, you put on some music, listen to a podcast, like I would be happy to be, we're just not humble enough. You should be happy to be used. Like, okay, this is an opportunity where I can benefit, my husband and my father-in-law, they've worked so hard today to build this home. I would love to make their life easier. I'm so grateful,
Yeah.
Oh, Lady Navoa, she says, it's simple. He will leave you if you don't do your part as his wife. Absolutely. And guess what, Lady Navoa, we're not going to feel bad for him either. We're not feeling bad. Hey, B9, thank you for being here. The uncle of this channel has arrived.
Yes.
He Bless says that was a lot, and it would be something different if she wasn't working. But to come home and be faced with all that, no. Shaking my head, no. You know, it's always one, y'all. And KD, Bless, you are entitled to your opinion. Did you stop to think about what the son and the father-in-law were faced with when building this house? What about what they dealt with? What about, in the house, it looks like it's almost complete, but what about the framing aspect of it when they're out in the burning sun, and as they're putting floors down, sheetrock, the plumbing? Do you have any idea how hard that is? And you're talking about coming home from your job, which you're probably in a building where there's air conditioning, and you just have to do a little more work. Think about it, y'all. And KD, Bless, I'm so glad you said this. What she's faced with, KD, this is not going to be an everyday thing. She's not going to walk into her house every day and see this, because this is a part of the building process. So this is kind of like a temporary thing that she's doing to help out. And you mean to tell me that even if she did have a long day, is hard work going to kill you? They built a house for you to live in. Do you know how many women will never have a brand spanking new house that their husband and father-in-law built with their own hands? There are so many women, I mean, not even just in the United States, but around the world, who live in poverty that would kill to be in this girl's position. To one, wow, I get to have a job and actually make my own money. And then my husband and his father just built this beautiful home for me to live in, and they just want me to, clean up some leftover stuff. There's a lot of women that would love to take that spot. We're not grateful enough, y'all. Ruthie Taylor says, I had 2 jobs and still did it all. Cook and clean, took care of a newborn. And kudos to you. Give Ruthie Taylor a round of applause. Ruthie Taylor is not afraid of hard work. She had 2 jobs. She cooked, she cleaned, she took care of a newborn. This is the real superwoman, y'all. The real superwoman. The real woman of value, the one that, hey, no matter what, I'm going to focus on my family. I'm not going to get out here and slave at a job and give my all to a boss and come home and not give anything to my family and to my home. Man, that's the real slavery, when you are unwilling to even nurture the one thing that belongs to you because you've given it all to your job. It's really sad. Thank you, Flawed T and Talk. She says, so the men are supposed to build and clean? Girl, thank you. Just build you a house. So who should clean the house? The men who built it, or the woman who just got off of her 9 to 5? Who should clean it? Crystal Dorbin says, actually, they shouldn't have to say anything. Just get in there and do it. Thank you, Crystal. And you know what, Crystal? Her dad, her father-in-law probably had to send that text message because she's known to not do it. So I have to tell you, because I know if we don't ask you, it's not going to get done. Good point, Crystal. Miss Jenny R. Jones says, I wish I had her problem. Girl, you and me both. You should be so useful that your husband, if you were in the situation, we don't have to tell her, because when she walks in, like, she's gonna straighten some stuff up. She's gonna clean it up. Roz Dixon says, I see the problem. It was a little too much. I'm sorry. You know what? But I bet they would, even if you cleaned 60 or 70% of it. Just the fact that you did something and it's like a 60, 70% improvement from the way that they left it, they still would have appreciated it. Even if you would have sent a sweet text like, y'all, like, I really did what I could. I'm so tired from today.
Yeah.
I bet you If these are decent men, they would appreciate that. Like, we understand. Thank you for what you did do. But this girl didn't do nothing.
Oh, wow.
I know. I just, spoiler alert. Who cares? She didn't do it.
She didn't do anything. Okay.
Dorvin says cleanup party sounds fantastic. Audrey White says that was a bit too much. And you know what, y'all? For those of y'all who are saying the mess was too much, guess what? The building of that house, it was too much.
That was too much. Right. Exactly.
They broke a sweat in the heat, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but what if it wasn't summer? Yeah. What if it was wintertime? Right. Now they're freezing in the cold. Either way, they had to deal with harsh conditions to build this house. But I bet to the women who are saying that, oh, it was too much, I bet you don't think them building that house was too much. And they were willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The things that men do, when I tell y'all, like, some of y'all have got to change your mindsets. You have got to literally reframe your mentality, because some of y'all have this thing wrong. Some of you guys don't believe that you should work too hard. You should be willing to bend over backwards for your family. You should be willing to do whatever it takes. I'm talking to myself too, myself included, because sometimes I need these reminders. Sometimes I be tired too. There's days when, before I started working for my mom, that I would come in and I would just get right to work. I felt really good about and really accomplished when I was done. But sometimes it's difficult. I had to learn, when you come in, you don't go lay down and think you're going to get back up and clean. No, because you're going to get too comfortable. So I knew if I wanted to get stuff done, I had to, I put my bags down and just get right to work. And it was really good time management, because when I focused on getting everything done when I came in, I found, oh my God, I got 2-3 more hours till bedtime, all to myself. So I'm laid in the bed, I'm showered, the house is clean, we ate food, everything that needed to be done got done.
Right.
There's such a feeling of peace that comes with that.
I feel accomplished. Like, look what I accomplished with the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But when you laid up in that bed and there's still a ton of stuff that needs to be done, man, that weighs heavy on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing yourself a disservice too. Rox Dixon says, no, I'm sorry. They can clean up behind themselves. Ross Dixon, I hope you don't get a man that's willing to bend over backwards and build you a home, because it's women, and with all due respect, Ross, I believe that women should get the man that they deserve.
Correct.
So what you're saying, so based on what you just said, I hope you don't get a man that is willing to twist his back in half for you, because that's not the man that you deserve. You deserve a man with your mentality, a man that is unwilling to do for you because he feels like you should be able to do it for yourself. That's the man that you deserve. And you leave the men that are willing to twist their backs in half for the women who are willing to twist their backs in half. Those are the type of men that those women deserve. So I just wish there's a way we could categorize things. The less work that a woman is willing to do, she needs to get the man that is willing, that is unwilling to do the most work.
Exactly.
Because y'all deserve all of that. That type needs to literally date in a bubble. And unfortunately, this girl that we're watching, she got one of the good ones, and she wasn't a good one.
Did you see her comment? Oh, she said she's 73 years old and had a beautiful marriage. I guess she's a widow now.
Okay. Well, look, and here's what I have to say, because women will come with the nonsense and they'll say that they were married. Here's what I'm
young ladies, do not listen to that. That's the problem now.
And we have older women that'll vouch for
that
us.
Are teaching you the wrong way.
That'll say that. Nope. They'll also say don't listen to them.
Exactly.
Because anybody can get married. Mm-hmm. And it's possible to stay married. But the question is, which we're not going to believe you if you say it in the chat, because you can just make up anything. But we would question what type of marriage that was. Was it a happy, healthy, thriving marriage? You can't convince me of it, because what the mentality says is that I'm unwilling to sacrifice for my family. You can't tell me, you can't convince me that a healthy marriage is born from that. Someone that is unwilling to sacrifice. You couldn't convince me. Couldn't convince me, because I've met older women who, you know, they stayed married, but they didn't have a real good marriage. They didn't have a close bond with their husband. Their husband had, you know, extramarital affairs, and they just wrote it out. That's not the type of marriage I desire, you know. See, men, especially old school men, they can sit in a marriage as long as they can do their thing on the side, but they're going to get their happiness from somewhere. Either they're going to leave you or they're going to cheat on you. Either way, they're going to do something, because no one's just going to sit with somebody who doesn't love or appreciate them. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we got to get that going in.
Going in early.
And we only 20% into the video. Let me sip my wine.
She's going in early, y'all. Take a deep breath.
Okay. All right, let's get back into it.
I did not clean the house. You guys really opened my eyes and made me see that I did not get this all done tonight before my husband gets home so I can spend time with him. So last night I did not clean the house. You guys really opened my eyes and made me see that, like, this was not my problem. It's not my thing. There's so much. I met my husband last night and told him that I was really pissed off.
So look, y'all, she said she B-worded her husband. That means, like, so I bleeped it out because we don't do cussing on this channel. But another word for that would be nag. She nagged her husband about it, just to clear that up, because there was a blank space right there.
Women watching, listen to what she said. I bit that men and then
fast forward to all this.
Respect to talk.
And this is what I come home to. And this is what I
look bad.
Okay.
And so I get home today, and this is what I come home to. A fully cleaned house. They have a little bit of stuff right here, but that's fine. That's it. They organized all their tools, and I didn't have to do a single thing. Either they got the message that was super disrespectful.
Miss Todd. Either they got the message that this was super disrespectful.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if my husband asks me to clean up and I don't clean, and then I walk in the house next day and it's all clean, there would be such a crappy feeling that I would.
Yeah.
Because there's been a few times, y'all, transparent moment, where in the past I've left something unclean. I just let it go for too long, and he ends up cleaning it up, and I'd be looking at it like, dang, I could have cleaned it. I don't like this feeling. I don't like that, because it shows that I let it get out of control to the point where he's like, dang, I guess I'll clean. You know, but this girl is happy. She's like, I guess they got the message. You know,
it seems like this is her MO. When she wants something or doesn't want to do something, she does the nagging and the being, you know. And because some men are like, when the woman is like nagging and fussing, then they be like, oh, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
You know, they just get tired of it or rather, going through the whole thing, they just go ahead and do it themselves. So I suspect that's what happened. It wasn't that, oh, let me do it for her because of what she said, but he probably just didn't want to hear her mouth anymore.
Right. And then she probably, can you imagine all the shaming words that she used? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I work so hard. Exactly. Like, I was at the salon and I was just doing hair, and it was just really hard. And for you,
I cannot ask
me. Like, afterward, hold on. Where's my tissue? Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm about to rip a piece of paper out. No, y'all.
Oh my God.
For you to ask me, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And for you to do that, that makes me feel really bad. Like, I'm not like, you don't appreciate me.
Yeah, like my bottom of my feet are hurting so bad. I can't.
I actually need you to rub them like right now. Oh my God. And I need to go shopping. I need your card because the pain that you
will make me feel better if I get a pair of red bottoms.
It's too much. It's just too much. Like
look, you know she probably put on, you know how they know how to cry now.
Yes.
Cry at a drop of a dime, baby.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Miss Jenny Marina. It's so good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Let me see. Oh, look, Rox Dixon said they chose to build the house.
Child, I cannot. Trolling. I cannot. Child.
So, men, what she's saying is like, don't do anything nice for your women. On your own, like without them asking you, because what she's saying is, hey, look, if it backfires, y'all chose to do it. It was your choice to do something nice for your wife.
Yeah, don't do nothing for your family, the better of your family, because you chose to do that.
Crystal Dorbin says men don't like lazy women. Get it together. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
Ross Dixon says, I believe that we should work together, both husband and wife. Oh, you're right, Ross. So make sure you get out there in the scolding hot heat. Get on that roof, girl. Put them shingles in. I mean, that's what you're saying, right?
Hang some drywall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because what they did compared to what they needed her to do, it's like 98 to 2%. Mm-hmm. Flawed Tea and Talk says, Ross Dixon, you're killing me. LOL. I respect you saying about what you believe in, though. Just not sure a man would. And that's what's important, Miss Flawed Tea and Talk, because that's not good advice for women. It's not. B9's laughing. Jenny Marina says, I might have a 30-second tantrum on the mess, and then I go into my pride mode to pick up after my littles and hubby. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And if I do, it's going to be in private. I'm not going to do it in front of nobody. But
right.
Like, sometimes.
Or get on TikTok and put it out there to the whole world to see.
Right. This thing got like 3 million views, I think.
They put everything on the internet. Like, y'all need to stop for real.
Yeah. Gregory Scotland. Hey, it's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Ross Dixon says, I'm not teaching anyone. I'm just saying we was happy and I did sacrifices, everything for my family. Ross, I don't believe it. It don't sound like it.
I cannot.
It just don't sound. It's not sounding like a sacrifice type of person now, based on what you said earlier. Okay. Look, I'm trying to move on now. All right. Ayana Gaddy says, and who's to say the men don't have a 9-to-5? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Some men do work a job and build a house too. So they might have two things going on at one time.
Yeah. What if her husband worked a 9-to-5 too? But even if he didn't, because we don't know. Even if he didn't, the fact that it takes a lot of hard work to build, because I was with someone who built houses. Mm-hmm. And I've been on a few jobs with him. That junk is like,
it is.
When I tell you, sometimes like after work, he would crawl through the door on his knees. He'd be so doggone tired. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is coming from a place, because I've been in like that. I've been a part of the construction industry. I know how hard these
mm-hmm. It's not an easy job.
It's dominated by Hispanic men.
It is.
And we know how hard Hispanic men work. These men work really, really hard. Really, really hard.
Like my that's what the OG dad does. Like he started like maybe 40 years. Mm-hmm. Started 40 years ago, and it was mainly dominated by white men, and the black, few black men here and there, and that's a hard job to do. These ladies don't understand what goes into that. Yeah, yes. It is a hard job to do. From sun up to sundown, you're out there in the elements. Rain, shine, sun, snow, you're still out there.
Yeah. It's a lot. Hakeem says, welcome back. Thank you, Hakeem. Thank you for being here. B9 says this information is for the masses. Don't take any of this personal. Thank you, B9.
Thank you, B9.
Look at what Miss Jenny said. super disrespectful. It was really hard on. Oh my God, my mental health.
I'm so mad at how she spelled that out.
Girl.
Oh my God.
Gregory Scotland says, "What do many women say nowadays? He did what he was supposed to do." Yeah, that's what they love saying.
That's what they say.
Yeah, what he's supposed to do. Okay, he's supposed to do that. Yeah, y'all don't deserve a man that does do it either. Like I said to people like Roz and whoever else is agreeing with her, I just hope that you get the least valuable men, because the most valuable man deserves a woman that's willing to sacrifice for him. He should not have a woman who is unwilling to sacrifice. So let's B9. He said, "Stop lying, ladies. A broom is heavier than steel beams."
Look, that's what they.
That's what you would think so.
You would think so.
The way we be whining like we about to die.
I'm about to die.
Okay, y'all. Let's get back into it. I want to take it back just a little bit. So they finally decide to clean up.
What I come home to. A fully cleaned house. They have a little bit of stuff right here, but that's fine. That's it. They organized all their tools, and I didn't have to do a single thing. Either they got the message that was super disrespectful, or they think I'm completely incompetent and they won't ever ask me to do anything again. Either way, win for me.
Okay. So y'all, we're about to see why this is actually a loss for her. I'm gonna go ahead and play this last little bit.
This is the update. It's not a good one. It's not a fun one. It actually really sucks.
I bet.
But I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. We had a long conversation a couple days ago, my husband and I, and we've come to the conclusion that the best thing for both of us is for this to end.
Oh, you don't say.
Oh, you think?
Say.
You think? Child, I could have told you that. Child, please.
You know, justice has
okay.
I hope that, you know what, and I bet just the fact that he built that house with his dad, I bet you his dad gave him some good advice.
Oh, you know he did, because it was the dad that sent the text message.
Yeah, yes.
That, you know what, that could have been a test for her.
Yeah.
To see what she was going to do. Oh my, and she failed miserably. Well, I mean,
you know, you know, based on my beliefs, you know, divorce, that's a serious thing. In the Bible, there's only 2 ways out of a marriage, and that's death or adultery. That's it. So it's tough for me because this guy seemed, just the fact that you would do this for your family, that it's a green flag. And so I'm kind of willing to bet that this is a decent guy that we're dealing with. And my prayer is that decent men end up with the decent women. But so the fact that he got away from her, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about it.
I would be interested to know what other shenanigans he had pulled to get to out, because I don't believe that this is the only isolated incident to make him do that. I feel like there have been, just based on her mindset and the way she's talking, like this is her MO. You know what I mean? So there may have been more than just this incident that made him come to this conclusion, because I can't see it's just this one thing. It has to be multiple things.
Yeah, because you can see that this is a part of her. This is a part of your personality.
Yeah.
So there more than likely been other things. Oh, Roz Dixon.
Roz is she's gonna be on it. Roz gonna be on you all night, girl.
Come on, Roz. She said, Ashley, I do not need you to judge me and say that I wasn't. I am not saying you should not, I guess, be there for our men. I believe in working with and doing what is needed by me. But Roz, that's not what you said earlier. You said it was too much for her to do. So you don't believe that.
Backtracking, Ross. You backtracking.
And you know what? That's fine if you want to backtrack and say, okay, on second thought, y'all, you're right. That's one thing. But when you backtrack and you act like the first message you sent didn't exist, we're just going based off of your words, Ross. So no one's judging you. It's all I'm saying is that I'm saying for women with your mentality, I think that deserves a certain type of man, not the man that's willing to sacrifice. Because you said that was too much for a woman to do. So if you want to say, okay, well, I changed my mind, just say that. But don't backtrack and act like you didn't say what you said earlier. Just clear it up. All is well, y'all. Don't get offended, y'all. It's a conversation. But if you say something in the comments, you have to be able to back it up, because when you put it in the comments, you're putting it there for us to respond to it. So sometimes you might not like the response, So if you're going against what I'm saying, you decide I'm going to type this and put it in her comments, I'm going to read it, I'm going to call it out, okay? And you can defend your point in the comments, and I'll read your new comments. But if you don't want to feel judged or feel away, you can just listen and maybe just keep the comment to yourself. Just a disclaimer for you and everybody else that's watching. B9, I'm not messing with you.
B9 is managing the chat tonight.
Need to make you a moderator, B9. Okay, let's finish out this video. There's just a few seconds left.
Okay.
So we are getting a divorce. We've been separated for the past couple days, obviously. We just have to put the legal actions into motion. But yes.
Okay, y'all.
Yeah. It's more to that.
Yeah.
It's more to that situation. It has to been some things that's building up, that was building and building and building for that to happen. I don't think it was just this incident that made him want to divorce her. So
yeah. And
but she looks like she has a mouth on her. So
yeah.
Very disrespectful.
And it seems like her voice gets really high pitched when she gets upset. It's like, you're not really supporting me. You're not supporting me. You do so much.
You don't love me.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much. It's too much. And so if her husband, or maybe now ex-husband, if this is like a real man, like if this is a masculine man, and he's giving me that vibe, because you don't find a lot of weak beta men that are building houses. That's usually the guys that are willing to get in there. They really need the masculine feminine balance. So it kind of makes sense why he couldn't stand to why he can't really relax in a marriage like that. Like a weak beta man would be able to kind of, yes, dear, okay. They can relax in it, because a lot of them they're weak. They've been raised by their single moms. They're used to being bossed around by women and yelled at.
He has his father in his life, so
they've submitted to their single mom. That's who I submitted to. I didn't submit to a man, a head of household. I've submitted to a woman my entire life. So I'm more than likely, when I get with a wife, I'm going to be more comfortable submitting to her, because that's what I've been programmed to do. Not all men, some men are able to kind of break free out of those chains, but for a lot of men that are like that, unfortunately, they didn't have their fathers in their life. So this sounds like, just the fact that he built a house for her sounds like he might be on the masculine side. And now you're realizing that you made the wrong choice in a woman. She's not giving you, that femininity, that submission that you desire. It's going to be hard for a masculine man to really rest in that, just like it would be hard for a truly feminine woman to be with a feminine man. To relax, we can't sit in it,
because usually when the man is feminine and the woman is trying to keep her feminine energy, it's kind of hard because masculine energy has to come within there somewhere, and 9 times out of 10 it will be the woman that's bringing it if the man is in a really, feminine energy. But one thing I wanted to say is, I'm wondering, did he see red flags before he got married?
Yeah.
Was she like this before he got married? Because I didn't hear anything about children, so it wasn't like they had to get married because of a child. So I'm wondering, did she display these, disrespectful ways to him before they got married? That is a good question. I will. The chat. Oh God.
I know y'all. I'm reading
the
chat. I just
y'all acting up in the chat.
Because Ross Dixon, I want to prove to you that you are backtracking, and I'm gonna pull up your old comments so we can see how you backtrack. Y'all ready for this?
Yes, bring it on.
First, she said,
"Got receipts."
I see the problem. It was a little too much. I'm sorry. That was the first one. Then you came back, and this is what you said. No, I am sorry. They can clean up behind themselves.
Yeah, she sure did.
And you said it. And then you went on to say, okay, and because of that, I should have to clean all that. Both should just clean. And then you went on to say they chose to build the house. Come on, Roz. Let's not. Come on. I you want to take it back, Roz. Just take it back. And this is our problem. Y'all, my charger. Okay.
I cannot. Right. V9 said, I'm a 97 girl. 97. He said he's 97.
What you say?
God respect me.
I'm 97 girl, so respect. B9. B9's
B9. I cannot.
But Roz, just and I see this as a problem with women too. This is what we talk about. It's okay to say that, like, I'm wrong. Like, if I misspoke on something, if I'm wrong about something, and then someone comes in with some sense, I wouldn't have a problem being adjusted. But I'm not gonna act like I didn't say something. I'm not gonna act like it never existed. Just acknowledge, one, I said it. Now, based on what you said, okay, now I'm second guessing
something different.
It's called humility. Just be humble and say, okay, I was wrong. I changed my mind. Now I see what y'all are saying. Because we're all here to learn and to be encouraged. So you might have come in here with an idea on, after seeing the video, on how this should have went. Maybe you think they should clean up behind themselves, but you ladies helped to put it in perspective for me. So now I see it differently now. That's okay. That's why I created this platform, because I wanted to help wives and future wives see things so they can avoid them. Exactly. And even for older women, even though, you're at the tail end of your marriage because you're older still, maybe you didn't think about something like what we said. And then when you're advising another girl, a younger girl, maybe now you're applying that because you just learned something. So that's all I'm saying. Don't you backtrack. Just say, my bad, y'all. I changed my mind. We're women. We can change our mind. So we're allowed to change our mind. And look, she said, good night, ladies. Have a blessed evening. You're not going to say you just going to dip out. You're not going to say, my bad.
Ashley, girl, you was a mess.
Come on. You're not even going to acknowledge. You're just going to run away. Okay.
Oh, Lordy, have mercy.
Audrey White said, according to my work life, that would have been too much for me to do in one day. I worked 30 years, 12 hours for many years, and was dog tired when I got home. Yeah, Audrey, I feel you, because that's a long shift. Yeah. I've worked a 12-hour shift before. I've worked 15, 16 hours. So I know what that feels like to get home after those shifts. But even if I could just do I'm gonna do something, even if it's 20% of it, like that island, or I'm gonna either choose the island or I'm gonna choose like the floor, the stuff in the middle of the floor. Yeah. And I'm gonna do that just so I can say that, hey, I did something. But Audrey, I don't want to discredit what you're saying. Those shifts, they're no joke. And I would kind of hope that if your husband knew that, he wouldn't ask you to do it, knowing that you work 12 hours.
Right.
Because that's a lot. That's a lot. But for the average women that are working, 8 hours or that are working part-time, think about it. Because I still, women in third world countries, even after working 12-hour shifts, they'd be so grateful. Some of them are still dwelling in tents and they would be so happy. So it's really all about perspective.
Yeah.
Because we're so spoiled over here, we think, if I'm tired, I'm not doing it. But when women in third world countries, if they looked at this situation, they would have done it. And they're no stronger than you. They're no stronger than you. They're no more healthier than you. They just have a different perspective on life. We're not as grateful as they are. They're super grateful. So you're lucky, girl. If they had the means and if they had the body type and everything, they'd come over here, they'd take our men in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're too spoiled over here. You could easily come over here and just take over and just take our men if you wanted to. They're not doing that, though. But the men, they zooming over to Thailand.
They zooming over there, though.
They're starting to realize.
Passport bros.
Mm-hmm.
Going over there. Get them another woman, baby.
For those of y'all who don't know, because they're not, I don't think they're on that side of YouTube, but there's a content creator. His YouTube channel is Zoom to Thailand. And he's basically just taking you guys on his journey of how he moved from the United States to Thailand. He has a girlfriend over there who is Thai. And he's saying that it's heaven. Having a relationship with her is so different from women like us out here in the West. And just how submissive they are. They're really good compliments. They are looking to be their husband's helper.
Exactly.
And so now he's created this little movement where other Black men are.
Yeah, it's a lot of them now. A lot of these content creators are coming out, saying, they're going to Brazil, South America. Some of them are going to, the UK, to Africa, so all the the Eastern countries to find a wife, because these ladies over here, baby.
Yeah, like the one we just saw. Like, man, if I was a man, there's no way, Miss Ty, I'm not dealing with it.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, no. The pickings is very slim over here, okay? And I'm a woman, and I can say that.
There's no way there's no way, especially I worked hard with my hands to build this house.
Right.
I just can't. Let me say this. If I was a man who was not a Christian, I would definitely leave my wife in a heartbeat. I'd leave my wife, and I'd leave with wisdom. And I know how to choose better.
Right.
But there's no way, as a man who's not a Christian, I'm not staying with that type of. I'm not spending the rest of my life, not with you. No, I'm choosing better. Bye. And have the house too. Keep the house. You'll get it in the divorce. We know how the court.
Make sure you clean it.
Thank you.
Make sure you keep it clean. Oh my goodness.
Crystal Dorbin says she didn't want to clean up, but I don't think they have kids because she would have complained about cleaning up after the children. Bye, lady laziness. I love it, Crystal.
Exactly. Thank you, Crystal.
Lady laziness. She said, bye, lady laziness. She just gave her a nickname. She calling her lady laziness. And guess what? That's what we're going to call her.
That's what we call them.
Lady laziness. Uh-oh. Flawed T, who you arguing with?
Yeah, her and B9 going at it, girl.
Oh, Lord. Okay, anyway. You ever look at the comments and you like, wait, what's happening?
Yes, because I be trying to follow what's going on.
Audrey White, do you want to come up? She said, I want to be active in the conversation. Hold on, let me
She went active in the conversation.
I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link. So anybody who wants to come up on camera with us and share your perspective, feel free. So y'all should all see my comment here. I dropped the StreamYard link.
Oh,
come on up. What are y'all arguing about?
B9 is acting up.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, moving along. Carla Smith says,
B9 and Flawed T, they got this love-hate relationship.
Yeah, they still at war from
Got
the
this love-hate relationship going on.
Carla Smith says, well, we both cleaned up. We both work. So we believed in helping each other. Yeah. And you know what, Carla, in the video that we just watched, because for women like you who says, yeah, my husband helps me and we're okay. That's great because he's okay with it.
Right.
He's okay with doing it. But you have men like the husband in the video that we watched and his dad, they're not okay with their situation. But that works for you. It doesn't work for them. And guess what? In the end, it didn't work because now they're getting a divorce because it didn't work. It don't sound like the way that you and your husband have things worked out. It's not ending up in a divorce.
Yeah.
So that works for you. But in more traditional marriages, y'all, it's not gonna work. No. So y'all, I dropped the StreamYard link. Y'all come on up. We're at 51 minutes, so we're doing great.
Yeah, you're doing good tonight, sis.
I would love, if someone wants to come up and just give us your perspective. Audrey Wright, I know you you mentioned wanting to share your perspective. But yeah, so I thought that this was a really good teaching lesson for us. I know I took out of it. Miss Ty, what are you like after you watch this video? What are your feelings? Like, is there anything that you would want to apply to your relationship / future marriage?
Nothing what she's doing. I will apply not a thing she had to see.
Right, but we learned from the mistakes.
Right. So I mean, because my mindset is not even like nowhere near that. This is the way I was raised. But but watching the video, you can see the sense of entitlement, and you can see the younger modern women have that entitlement thing. That spoiled brat situation going. So that's why I said before, I'm wondering if she displayed those types of characteristics before they got married. Or maybe did he think it was going to change, or it was going to get better? But what would I take from this child? I don't want to take nothing from that girl. But anyway, if your husband makes a simple request, try your best to do it. For me, if I was in her shoes, if that was me and my husband, and they came and said, can you clean up a little bit? I would have done as much as I could.
Yeah.
Like, when she was scanning the room, because, I'm checking out the room when she scanned the room. When she scanned the room, I think the biggest thing I would have done was sweep the floor. One is because nails, broken glass, and wood pieces would be on the floor. And if you walk on the floor without any shoes on, you get punctured. I see. I'm thinking logically, you know what I mean? So that would have been one of the first things I would have done.
Yes.
And then, if those big things like the wood and all that kind of stuff, if I couldn't do that, and clear the countertops off. So I just don't understand why ladies feel like the men should do all the traditional things for the women, but the women are not supposed to be traditional at all. I don't understand this whole partnership thing where we have to do everything together, or we have to. No, sometimes we have different roles, and that's the big thing that people are trying to get rid of. We have different roles. We are not the same, but it's kind of hard to get that to a lot of young people. So.
Yeah, and like to touch on what you were saying about like were the signs there in the beginning. One thing that men should look for is do women take pride in like being a woman? Because I feel like with us there's like a motivation, almost an obsession to be feminine, to be submissive. Like we love to talk about it. We do it in our daily lives. We're very zealous about it. And I think that's what men should look for when they're dating. Like, how does she feel about traditional womanhood? Does she have a burning desire to be a woman, to keep her house clean? You know, is she always like grandma? She always asking me, you know, did you eat? Did you eat something?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, like, because you can tell in the beginning, like, women who are all about themselves. It's all about them. They got to be the center of attention. They're quick to talk about how their day went. You know, they want to tell you stories about the women at the office.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that she doesn't ask you anything about your day. You know, run. That's a red flag. But you know, a green flag is when you have to pull it out of a woman. Because she's so concerned with your day and trying to make conversation about your day. Then when you turn it on her and ask how her day went, she's trying to like focus the attention on you.
Yeah, deflect it back onto him.
Yeah. And this is something that, you know, we're all not perfect, but I know for me, if I realize when me and my husband are talking that the conversation has been tilted more towards me because maybe I have a little more going on, I'll try to make it a point to ask him, you know, how his day went, even though it's the same thing every day, you know, with trailers and things like that. Still, and it just be interested in it.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of men look for. They just want a woman to be interested in them. Like, you know, when I'm talking to James, it's like I let him talk, vent, because, you know, especially the I cannot stop, girl. So
is the wedding gonna be virtual so I can attend? Is all I
cannot. You're so crazy, girl.
Put it on StreamYard, girl. I'm gonna be
in my StreamYard wedding.
Just like the little white girl that was crying. I just cannot.
I know.
It's her so amazing. Girl. Anyway, y'all. That's my boo.
But you know, when I'm talking to him, I let, because of his job, the nature of his job is very dangerous and all that kind of stuff. I just let him vent and, you know, tell him about the people that he had to deal with, and I just listen, and then he would just stop, and then it's like, well, what about you, babe? You know, he'll just stop and try to bring it on to me, but I'll be like, I want to finish hearing about the high-speed chase.
Yeah, right.
Like, did y'all catch him?
James, I want to hear about it.
I want to hear the action. I don't want to talk about I cooked the pot roast. I want to hear. I want to hear about the criminals. But we tend to do that though, especially when you know that, you know, we are supposed to be where our husband's supposed to decompress from the day. His, you know, his place of peace where he can come and lay his head on your lap or on your breast and talk out whatever he needs to say, and not to have. And one thing James would say to me, what he loves about me is because when he's talking to me, I'm not responding to him. I'm just listening.
Just listening.
Just listening.
That's amazing.
And that's some, half the time that's what men want. Is just want you to listen.
Yeah. It's not always about even having something to say unless you're giving him feedback, like just to confirm that you are listening, or maybe asking questions along the way. So
yeah. Because a lot of times we, you know, especially as when our mind starts thinking, we want to give some advice or put our input in. Sometimes no, it's not needed. Sometimes you're just needed to be a sounding board. You know, there's been a lot of times where there was like really foolery happening in the streets and stuff, and he's angry at the officers, and he want to thank you. He wants to fire the whole police department. The mayor's acting up. He want to fire him too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just listen to him vent.
And your man has a very interesting job. Like, I would be calling him on the job, babe. What's going on now? You told somebody? What happened with that last lady?
What he was doing? Well, you know, so he's a high ranking, so he's in the office most of the time. Mm-hmm. So, but he has to deal with the other officers and their drama. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Probably some hate.
I still be calling me like, what happened?
Babe, you ain't never called me back.
Oh, no. Let me tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
So he has these shades that has cameras on it. So when he would go on a call or whatever, I can see. I'd be like, oh, what are you doing? Arrest him. And you know,
That's so cool, Miss Ty.
Yeah, so I can see what's going on. Hey, B9.
Uncle B.
Uncle B9's here.
How's it going, B9?
You was acting up in the chat.
Acting up. Look, per usual.
You're a 97-year-old girl, right? I gotta respect you.
Exactly. And it's just like, it's so funny to me that we give all of this grace and nonsense to non-validated things. Like, this woman didn't cam up. She didn't do nothing. She just typed in she's 73, and all of a sudden, oh, let me. No, wrong is wrong and right is right. If you're 100, if you're 200, if you're 5, if you're 7. So stop acting like, oh, my age gives me the right to be dead wrong, or to give bad advice, or to spew a message that we've seen that don't work. And then we suckers, because we fall for the shit, so they know who to send out to represent. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, you're right. We're suckers.
That's on red lipstick, not here.
Right. We fall for the nonsense, so they always know who to send out to keep us calm, to keep us respectful, to keep us listening to nonsense. Whether it's an old white lady or elderly black person, they always know who to send out to, for you to say, oh, that person's wrong. Oh, wait a minute, they got on a religious robe. Oh, they're a minister. Oh, let me shut up. Let me be quiet. No, wrong is wrong.
B9, what do you have to say about like older women like that that'll throw the married card on the table and say that I've been married for 50 years or I'm still married? What would you say to that? Because I feel like they use it as a way to validate what they're saying. But what do you think about that?
Well, most of these people, they are married for a long time, but a lot of times they find out at the funeral that their husband had a second wife or a second family.
I cannot.
Oh, Jesus. So we're comparing quality versus quantity is my point.
Yeah.
Okay. I know a lot of people that have lived to be 100 and some odd years old, but they would have given that up for 75, 85 quality years of life. Quality. So I don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe nonsense, because all of these numbers and all of these stuff can be skewed to get any message that you want to get across.
Yeah.
And a lot of the girls are not doing what their mother and grandmothers are doing. That's why they're not doing it, because they've seen ma and grandma stay in an unhealthy, unhappy relationship for 40, 50 years. And the same, and shout out to my girl Shahrazad Ali, it's the black women that won't change. Black men will come home and say, hey, I just found out that pork is killing me, or such and such is bad for me. Let's change the diet. Let's change this. That diet ain't changing. You gonna get that same,
like I need my bacon, baby. What?
You gonna get that same scrapple tomorrow morning.
Right. Not the scrapple.
And then when you dead at, when you're passed away at age 55,
right?
Oh, it's ironic that black men usually retire at age 55. We owe it to ourselves. If you really love us, like you say you love us, take care of us. Be that comfort. I'm just sitting here listening to both of y'all talk about the value that y'all bring to y'all husbands' lives. And I just don't understand why women don't get it. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule. There's always going to be a wonderful homosexual or lesbian relationship that we all want to. But so what that there's 1 or 2 or 10?
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are telling us that 80% of us are getting divorced.
Yeah.
80%. And out of that 80%, that means you're really scaring another 50% to never even think about getting married.
Speak.
They see the results of that 80%.
That's it.
That's
So
come through, Bina.
we got to realize that these anomalies, although they make great movies, but that's what makes them a great movie is that it is an anomaly. That it's not the norm. That the actual rose grew out of concrete. You're never going to go to a nursery or a flower shop and say, give me 5 pounds of concrete. I'm ready to start a garden.
Right.
Yeah.
So so stop telling me this one special one out of this Powerball story that you know. Because we know it doesn't work for real, for the masses. Thank God it worked for your best friend. Thank God it worked for your sisters, cousins, brothers, sisters, uncle, whatever.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's not working for us. It's only working for you. And the girl said it in the video. No matter what happens, no matter what he thinks of me, whether he thinks I'm a genius or a dummy, I don't have to do anything else. I win.
I win.
That's what I want out of it. Then the next video, he left me.
Selfish.
Entitlement. He just wanted to roll out on me. Yeah, what you wanted. You want to think about you all the time? Go do it.
Yeah. Gregory Scotland says Shahrazad pointed out that the educated Black women were the ones most against the better diet. Yeah. What do you know? So that's a good point because it shows that it's the women who are less dedicated to their families, more dedicated to their careers, i.e., really themselves. It boils down to them. They are least likely to take care of their family and to want to make them healthy. So, Gregory, that's so true. That's so true.
That's very true, Gregory. Yeah.
If I'm focused on me, I'm going to focus on what's more easier for me. What do I like? So if taking pork out of the diet, if that interrupts me, then I'm going to default to me first versus what's going to be the healthier option for my family. So
exactly. Yeah.
I'm frozen here. Can y'all see me moving?
Oh, you're not frozen. You're good.
Yeah, my computer's doing that weird thing again.
That's what the new pork is. The new pork, and you probably know this in being in the cooking industry. The new pork is nitrates.
Yeah.
And nitrates are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you got a woman that's working 8, 10, 12-hour shifts. You think she's going to come home and soak beans for 2-3 hours?
Right. Yeah.
Huh? Or she going to hit that microwave button.
Hit that microwave. Yep.
And feed you all of these nitrates and preservatives.
Yeah.
And then wonder why. What you mean this kid is 24 years old and already got cancer or already got polyps or already what do you mean?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when the minister said that, you know, the women stop cooking with aluminum pans, stop using aluminum foil, do not use microwaves. All because all is nothing but chemicals killing us.
Interesting.
Yep.
And let's see. I want to go back up here. Gregory Scotland. Oh no, wait, that's an old comment.
Yeah, we did that one.
It says, I value you would be a great guest on Kosher Clinician. I mentioned you one time to him. Red lipstick knows him. Yeah, that'd be cool. I do. I was watching his live one time and he had like a Latino woman on there or something. Yeah. Tell him to get at me. Let's see. Crystal Dorbin says, keep your focus on them and just listen.
Yeah.
What was she talking about?
Husbands, when we were talking about the husbands, listen to our husbands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, in B9, I don't know if you heard me earlier, I was saying that, you know, for men, like, look for those green flags. And I think a green flag would be does the woman that you're currently seeing, does she embrace womanhood? Is she passionate about being a woman, passionate about keeping her home, passionate about you, and like if you ate or not, are you well taken care of? You'll see it in her words, but also her actions. Like, is she showing up to your job with a Tupperware full of food? Like, hey, I just thought we could have lunch together. Is she meal prepping for you? Is she trying to do for you in the dating phase? Those are the wife perks that he should get, because you'll hear women say, don't give boyfriends wife privileges when you're just a girlfriend. But there are some privileges that you do get because you have to prove yourself. You have to prove that you would be a good wife in order for him to consider you as a wife. So those things would be the making sure that he's taken care of, making sure that are you saving your money? You know, what do you need? Did you do your grocery shopping? Miss Ty, I don't know if your dad would agree, but the laundry, you know, you need some laundry done.
You know.
But you get what I mean. You get what I mean.
No, you know what your dad gonna say about that, baby. Okay.
But you get my point. You know, making sure your man is well taken care of in the dating phase. That's a green flag for men. If she's doing it now in the dating phase and she's passionate about it, this is a part of her DNA. This is a part of who she is. Then that would be a green flag and proceed. What were you gonna say, B9?
And it's not just women. That's the beauty of sports. It shows you all the time. LeBron James was an NBA player before he got NBA money. Kobe Bryant was an NBA player before he got NBA money.
It's a good illustration.
You prove yourself. You go to the NFL, you go to the combine, and you run the 40. You lift the 225. You do all of that stuff to prove that you belong there. You don't just say, hey, after you give me this contract, then I'll show you how fast I run.
Oh my God.
After you give me the contract, then I'll show you how hard I hit or how high I can jump. When you go to a job interview, you don't say, okay, well, we'll start out with $60,000 a year, then I'll give you my resume, and then we'll, after I get my first check.
Yes.
No, you go in there and you prove you belong first.
Oh yeah.
And that's the reason why I was in the chat cutting up, because Lord T put in there that, hey, that y'all accepted to the lady, because the lady had said, hey, I'm 73 years old, even though she didn't show her face or this or that. So she took the lady at face value that she's 73 and that all of us are wrong and that we should treat her the way we treat our grandparents. I had no problem with that. My only thing was, if you're capable of showing respect and shutting up when your grandparents are talking, I hope and pray that you treat your man like that and you shut up when giving, because, and it's nothing to do with Miss T. It's a thing that I see from a lot of women. They know how to show respect to their job. They know how to show respect to their mama. They know how to show respect to their grandparents. But you usually don't choose any of that stuff. You get to choose your man, though. But that's the one that you don't give respect to. That's the one your grandparents didn't even know about you. You the second generation from them.
Yeah.
And most of them can't even claim they don't know about their kids, your parents. So you had no choice in that. But the only choice that you actually have, you don't shut up for that. You don't give that respect. You don't let them talk all day long and just take the 5 good minutes of conversation out of the whole hour and a half you had to listen to. No, that's only for granddad or grandma or your job. It's never for your man. And we got a zillion reasons why it should never be for your man.
Oh Lord, okay. Let me go. I need a sip.
She got to cam up first now. She got to cam up first.
This is so bad.
I'm talking to now. And remember, Flawed T, I'm 97, so be careful how you talk to your elders.
She's a 97-year-old girl.
Oh my God.
I'm starting to think you're misunderstanding my comments on purpose, just so that you can get me to respond. That's what I'm going. I think that's what you're trying to do. I think I got your game now. But you know what? You know I already respect your opinion.
Real game though, because if that is my game and you figured it out, you still came up.
Yeah, I did because I don't want your narrative to just go and it be that. So don't mistake me when I say respect her because she's 73. I respect what she said and move on, because I've learned the older people are, they're set. So no matter what you say, they're going to stay in what they believe, even if it makes sense, because I do think she backtracked a little bit, but I think because she is who she is, the experience she has, and the age she is, she was not going to tell Ashley, you're right. So when I say 73 and just respect it and move on. She was saying too much anyway. She was in opposition. She wasn't going to change her mind. So there was no point, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's not that I was trying to change her mind. It's like I said earlier, if you put it in the comments.
Yeah, owning your comment.
Yeah, I'm going to respond to it, and I'm gonna just call it out. Either I'm going to call out that you're right or that you're wrong, and here's why. And in her case, she backtracked. So I'm gonna pull up your old comments. I'm gonna let you know, no, ma'am. Now you're acting like you agree with us the whole time, but that's not what you originally said. So you are backtracking. So it's not a matter of I'm trying to change your mind, like I'm trying to prove to you, I'm trying to convince you. I'm just pointing out that you backtrack, you know.
And her marriage probably worked. I mean, we can't say that her man did her spouse, was he still living? Was she still married? I don't want to be disrespectful.
I think she's
be
not.
Wait, he left? Were they divorced or what?
See, we don't know. He could have divorced.
That's the whole point right there.
He could have left her a long time ago.
He put one daggone comment in the thing, and Flawed Teeton already wrote a whole biography.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Ashley, you done got the.
She done known where she lived. She known when the man died.
No, when she said her age, it made sense to me.
How do you know that wasn't Snuggles?
Oh, see nothing.
How do you know that wasn't Snuggles, Flawed?
Yep, Snuggles everywhere.
I can only go by what she says.
No, answer the question.
I don't know. I can only respect what she says. I can only.
The answer is I don't know, B9. I don't know, B9.
I don't know. I said that. I don't know. But I'm not going to always doubt people when they're talking. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to discredit you because of this, that, and the third. If you say that's what it is, that's what it is. And if you were just joking, okay. I mean,
I would love. I'm gonna invite you to my next poker game too. I'm finding all these great poker players that I need to be playing poker with, because and when we play poker and whatever card I have, I want you to know that is the winning card right there.
Okay, so you're saying she wasn't 73, B?
I'm saying that I'm gonna hit.
No, you don't think she was 73. That's why you said she was 97.
No, I'm telling you that I don't believe anything until I know it. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
So what did she have to say to make you think she was 73?
I'm telling you, I'm smart enough to know what a troll is. I'm smart enough to know what a catfisher is. I'm smart enough to just know what a fake person is, period. And in 5 minutes, we got very conflicting comments from this same person that you know so well.
That's why I wouldn't have been going back and forth, because we don't know. If she was a troll,
that's
then
why you're
giving her what she wants. Though that can go both ways. It can go both ways.
Oh.
We both engaged. We all engaged. Everybody was engaging with her. So
okay.
She got what she wanted, and then she went to sleep. Have a blessed evening. That's how she ended it. That's how she ended it.
Oh, she's definitely listening. She might not be engaged in the chat, but you better listen, because she was in her feelings. And you don't just cut your feelings off and say, oh, I'm out. No, you listening.
I mean, Ashley was getting on her. Though. I think I would have left too.
He's smarter than I am. You know, you the detective. I don't know nothing. I'm gonna shut ignorance up and listen to wisdom.
Don't be disrespectful.
What?
What?
So,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Now. So me saying I'm gonna stop talking.
No, you're being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic. That's what you're being.
That's not disrespectful. That's
okay.
sarcasm.
Okay, that could be disrespectful.
Okay, yeah, he didn't mean it.
No, he meant it. He meant it. He always say what he means. He meant it.
I'm not here to hurt nobody's feelings.
You're not gonna hurt my feelings, sweetie. Just be careful. Just be careful.
Okay.
Point out the facts.
Okay. All right. So leave it alone, be nice. Just leave it alone. Right. Claudine, so I have you on here. What did you think of the video?
Yeah, I put a lot in there. She did too much. She did too much.
Mm-hmm.
Just clean the house. Like I said, I think my first comment was, let's call the friends, and I would have let's have a cleanup party.
Yeah.
Or I would have just did it myself. I mean, I think she did too much. She really did too much going on social media. Instead of going on social media praising her husband and her father-in-law for building a house, she chose to go on there and point out what she considered to be negative. So she was wrong.
Yeah.
She was dead wrong.
What do you think about what she was saying about like her having to work and then coming home and then having to do that? Do you feel like even though she worked, she still should have cleaned up the mess?
Yes, because he asked. I'm not saying she should have completed it. I mean, like I think Ty said, pick and choose what part. And then I think the father-in-law told her what to concentrate on. If I'm not mistaken, in the text, he told her what to focus on. And I don't think that was everything. Mm-hmm. So clean up, in my opinion, I would have cleaned up what would have hindered them from completing the next task that they had to do and left it at that. Right. So I'm not going to say she probably could have completed it all. But like you said, too, do what you can. The immediate response shouldn't have been, oh, my God, look what it's the immediate response that threw me for a loop.
And for a man, I think that has to be so discouraging to do all that work to build a house and then to have a wife, and it doesn't even matter to her. So the whole thing is so discouraging. You don't have a wife that's jumping in your arms, trying to slow dance with you in the living room over the sawdust, because she's so just grateful and just in admiration that she has the type of man that even knows how to build a house, because all men don't know how to build houses.
Right.
So I think for men, because this is how I've grown too, is putting myself in the man's situation, looking at it from his eyes. Like if I did all this hard grunt work to come home to not warm, open arms where, she cleaned up what my father asked her to clean up, but just a nagging mouth, like that's got to be one of the most discouraging things in the world for a man.
And the fact that the father-in-law, I think you guys made that point, he asked. I think the husband was scared to even say it. I think there was a conversation probably like, can you tell her?
Sis, that's why I said what I said. That's exactly why I said what I said. The father-in-law is the one that's telling her to do it. So I'm thinking that they have something was going on way before this request.
She's combative.
Yeah.
This was the last straw. This wasn't the first straw. This was definitely the last straw. Mm-hmm. So this was like a no-brainer, but no disrespect to anybody that disagrees, but I'm just saying it just seems like a no-brainer in this situation.
What's all that for? What are you?
He about to say something about something I said. I done messed up and said something he don't agree with, so he about to check me on it.
No, I agree with everything that you said. She was combative. I agree with every word that y'all said.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a but somewhere? I'm waiting for it.
There's no but to it.
Okay.
Don't ask me no more questions, Ashley. I want to end on a good note with B9, so I'm not going to say
Claude, you know I love you, and we just had
I love you back.
I can't curse because it's her channel, but I rock with you hard.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And so on that note, guys, I think this is a good place to end it. Thank y'all for coming up, B9. I love it when you come up. I love hearing a man's
perspective. Wise man.
Yes, I think that's really important for the women watching. You know, you want to get a man's perspective, not any man, but a real man with logical common sense, because there are some weak beta men out here that are advising women and that are kind of keeping them in this vicious cycle of me, I'm a queen, you know, worship me. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work against the real men that you actually want. So thank you so much, B9, for coming here. Thank you, Miss Ty. Thank you, Claude.
You're welcome, darling.
Yes, I'm gonna drop you guys down. Thank you once again for joining. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're at 1 hour and 25 minutes. So we did wonderful on time. So thank you. Thank you, Crystal Dorbin, Audrey White. What'd you say? You said Ashley are right. Some things are okay to do before marriage. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Audrey. And she said, want to keep my family healthy. I want to be healthier, but I can't get my husband to change how he eats. All I can say, Audrey, is do your best. Just do your best, because you can't make a man do anything, but you can inspire him to want to. So if he doesn't want to, maybe focus on yourself, get yourself healthy, you know? And I think that's one of the beautiful traits that women have, that we have the ability to inspire a man to do things. You're never going to nag him into doing something, because men, at least real men, real masculine men, they don't like to be told what to do by women, but there are feminine ways that you can inspire him to do the right thing. So, and that's for everybody watching. Don't nag him. Don't try to make him do it. Don't try to mama him into doing it, but rather find ways to inspire him to do it. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone in the chat who joined me. Also, y'all, I really appreciate, I've gotten not so many, but quite a few emails from women just kind of sharing their life stories with me. I got some older women that have sent me some long emails just about their life and how they really appreciate what I'm doing. So down the line, y'all, we're going to have some older women come on. I'm talking about the older women that have been living their life in the shadows, that have been nurturing their families. Kids are grown. They're still with the same man, and they still have very loving marriages because they understand their role. We're going to get some of those women on the show, y'all. It's time to bring them out of the shadows, okay? Because the 50 and 60 and Fabulous crew, they've been on stage and they've been having y'all thinking that going their route is, you know, that's going to work for you. And I'm telling you, a lot of the older women are misleading you. I'm finding that the real women, the women who did it right, the women who did life right, they're in the shadows. They're under a rock. They're not on stage talking about how fabulous and great they are, right? Because they've been tending to their families, but it's time to bring those women out the shadows. So I got a few women that I've been talking to that I'm going to bring up here on the show. And I really want you guys to join me. I want you to really listen to what they're saying, because these are the women that they have the credentials and we need to hear more of them. So thank you guys for joining. We're going to end it here, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Everyone have an amazing night.